The movie opens in Sicily, Italy, where we see a gangster named Lorenzo arriving at his winery with his son. Lorenzo sees the dead bodies of his henchmen at his winery. Lorenzo then comes inside his winery, where his henchmen are holding McCall at gunpoint. Lorenzo asks McCall, "Why are you here and what do you want?" McCall tells Lorenzo, "I want the money stolen from Cyber Heist, and I want it in 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, I can't guarantee your safety." After 10 seconds pass, McCall attacks Lorenzo's henchmen and shoots them dead. He then shoots Lorenzo in the face, killing him. Then, McCall takes the keys to his winery vault from his pocket. As soon as McCall exits Lorenzo's winery, he sees Lorenzo's son in the car, but he doesn't harm him and starts to leave. Just then, Lorenzo's son picks up a rifle and shoots McCall. McCall doesn't kill him and lets him go. While driving, McCall reaches the Amalfi Coast and faints in his car. Meanwhile, a police officer named Gio arrives there. He brings McCall to his town, Altamonte, and takes him to his town's best doctor, Enzo, who treats him. The next day when McCall wakes up, he asks Enzo where he is. Enzo tells him he's in Altamonte town. After 3 days, McCall goes to a coffee shop. There, he meets a waitress named Amina. Meanwhile, Gio also arrives there with his daughter, Gabriella. Gio gives McCall his car keys and tells him that his car is parked outside the police station. He also informs him that he hasn't even opened his bag. Before leaving, Gabriella gives McCall some biscuits. McCall calls CIA officer Emma, tells her the location of Lorenzo's winery, and asks her to go there. Emma arrives at Lorenzo's winery with her partner, Frank. There, they find many dead bodies and money, along with a large amount of drugs. Next, we see a gangster named Marco, who has come to take protection money from Angelo, the owner of a fish store. Angelo tells Marco, "My business is slow. I'll give you the protection money next week." Just then, Marco beats Angelo and warns him that if he doesn't pay the protection money next week, he'll burn down his fish store. McCall is also there and overhears their conversation. Then Marco goes to his brother Vincent, who is a very big gangster. His goal is to take over the entire town. McCall really likes the people of the town and starts to enjoy his time there. One day, McCall comes to Angelo's fish store to buy fish from him. Angelo doesn't take money for the fish from him, telling him, "You're Dr. Enzo's friend. I can't take money from you." Emma finds McCall. She then asks him, "Can you give me any more information?" McCall tells her, "I don't have any more information." Emma asks McCall for his name, but he doesn't tell her anything about himself. At night, Marco sets Angelo's fish store on fire. Angelo becomes very sad seeing his fish store burning and starts to cry. Gio watches the CCTV footage and calls the Italian police to inquire. The next day, Gio goes to pick up Gabriella from school. Just then, Gabriella's teacher tells him, "Your police officer just took her from here a little while ago." Gio rushes home, and then he sees that Marco has taken his family hostage. Marco beats Gio and tells him, "If you interfere in our business again, I will kill you and your family." Gio comes to Dr. Enzo to get his wounds bandaged. McCall sees Gio in an injured state and asks Dr. Enzo what happened to Gio. Dr. Enzo tells McCall about Vincent and says to him, "Vincent is like cancer for our town." Emma meets McCall again and tells him, "I came to meet you here to let you know that we are no longer interested in you." Gio is eating at a restaurant with his family, and McCall is also in the same restaurant. Just then, Marco arrives there and tells Gio, "I need a favor from you. I need you to go to the Somalis and ask them for their boats." Meanwhile, Marco sees McCall, who is looking at him angrily. Marco goes to McCall and tells him, "Don't interfere in other people's affairs." McCall tells Marco, "I really like this town and its people, so it would be best for you and your brother to leave this town." But Marco starts to laugh at him. Just then, McCall grabs Marco's hand and squeezes it. McCall tells Marco to tell your henchman to leave the restaurant, and he tells his henchman to go outside. Outside the restaurant, Marco and his henchmen are waiting for McCall to come out. Meanwhile, McCall hits one of Marco's henchmen with a van, and then he also kills Marco's second henchman. After that, he fights Marco and breaks one of his arms. Then he stabs Marco in the throat with a dagger, killing him. The next day, a bomb blast occurs at a railway station in Rome. Frank and Emma believe it's the work of terrorists. Emma meets Barella, the chief of police, and shows him some files of terrorist prisoners, telling him, "I want to meet them." Emma meets a terrorist prisoner, and with that terrorist's help, she catches many terrorists. Barella comes to Vincent's brother's funeral and informs him that the CBI has arrived. A lady officer from the CBI has also come here, and she is very smart. Vincent tells Barella, "Don't worry about that CBI officer. I'll handle her." McCall calls Emma and tells her that it's not terrorists, but Vincent, who is behind the railway station's bombing. He also tells Emma to be careful. Meanwhile, a bomb blast occurs, but Emma survives and is taken to the hospital. At night, Vincent takes Gio and his family to Altamonte. He tells everyone, "Someone killed my brother in these very streets. If you people don't tell me about my brother's killer, I'll kill all of you." He then shoots Gio in the ear. Just then, McCall steps out and tells Vincent, "I killed your brother. Don't do anything to them." Vincent is about to kill McCall when Enzo arrives with a shotgun. Then, all the other people start recording with their mobile phones, which leads to Vincent not killing McCall, and he leaves the scene. That night, McCall goes to Vincent's house and kills all his henchmen. When Vincent wakes up, he sees that all his henchmen have been killed. Just then, McCall comes from behind him, punches him in the face, and knocks him unconscious. When Vincent wakes up, he finds himself tied up. McCall had made him swallow many narcotic pills. Then, McCall unties Vincent and tells him, "Go try your luck." Vincent starts going to the hospital but dies on the way. Now, after some days, we see McCall happily living with everyone in Altamonte, and the movie ends here.